6 thereabouts. Thank you for being with us on this beautiful, beautiful April morning. It is the 14th of April. And here's what we've got as far as the weather forecast. Sunshine today, 87. So a little on the warm side. We're getting there. Sunny tomorrow, high 87. Sunny on Thursday, high 85. And it doesn't look like we really have a rain chance at all until we get to about Sunday, and that's only a 20%. We desperately need the rain, but man, oh man, does it feel good out. Just about 70 degrees right now, so enjoy the low humidity. Don't burn anything. Don't burn a thing. It's way too dry.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. We don't need anything catching fire right now. But, yeah, just magnificent weather. It was gorgeous yesterday, and maybe you got out over the weekend to enjoy some of the weather as well. It was just really, really, really nice out there. So much to get to. We want to tell you about Jawbone Jam. If you haven't gotten your tickets yet for Jawbone Jam, hurry up and do that as quickly as you can. Ticketmaster and IronCityBham.com is where you can purchase tickets to come see Brother Cane. Now, Brother Cane is just a fantastic band from the Birmingham area. Also with Brother Cane, Stone Horses, and Cattle apparently has a new album coming out. All three bands will be joining us. That is May 15th for our 10-year anniversary celebration and Jawbone Jam. We would love for you to be there. Thank you, the Knowles Group, Danny Knowles and the Knowles Group. They're our main sponsors for this year's event. And as I said, get yourself some tickets. We'll probably be giving some a little bit closer to the time of our big Jawbone Jam. So getting closer to it, and as we do, we'll give you an opportunity to win. Special thanks to Aqua Systems and Blake Lee's Bouquets for helping us to put on this big 10-year celebration. Should be a lot of fun. And again, get your tickets. Ticketmaster and at IronCityBham.com. Let's get to this guy now.
It's Steve's turn.
Well, if you happen to be of a certain age, as we are in the show, we grew up with Saturday morning cartoons. I loved Bugs Bunny and the Roadrunner Super Friends. They were just two of my favorites. But I remember, I guess what you could call some of the more off-the-wall ones. Banana Splits, you might remember H.R. Pufnstuf, Land of the Lost. Those last three all have something in common. They were a combo, in many cases, of humans being in big costumes, running around making fools and fun of themselves, sometimes with actors, sometimes not. Looking back, we kind of think that, well, maybe somebody had to be on drugs to create this. Who knows? Maybe Sid and Marty Krofft were. Marty passed away back in 2023. His brother Sid passed away on Friday. Sid was born July 30th, 1929 in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Wonder if that had something to do with the weirdness. I don't know. Anyway, he was the son of a clockmaker with family history kind of going back to Hungary and Eastern Europe. His birth name was actually Sidus Iolus. We'll get back to that. Fifth generation, there was a time that it was considered that they were called fifth generation puppeteers. No, they said later in life that was actually made up by their publicist. They were the son of a clockmaker. Back in 2008, they said that the publicist made it up. They moved the family to the U.S., Rhode Island first, then to New York City. Sid, from a young age, did love puppets and actually went on stage in vaudeville, became a popular attraction for his work as a kid, basically in the 1930s, as he was helping his family make ends meet monetarily during the Depression. It was in the 40s that he created a one-man show, and a nightclub promoter from the Catskills region of New York saw him and invited him to create a show for him. So Sid changed that birth name, Sidus Iolus, first to Sid Snitkovsk. Decided that probably didn't work out too well, so he decided to change that last name and came up with Krofft, K-R-O-F-F-T. Said he added the second F because, well, it was, two just very short words, so he wanted to make it a little longer. His show there was such a hit that he began touring around the world with it, and even his father got in the act for a little while. Sid was performing in Paris at the time. Marty, on the other hand, who was about 8 years younger, started using some of Sid's old puppets and began a show of his own in New York City. Marty got good enough, the brothers began working together in the early 1950s. They began touring internationally together, but they credit their big break as being in 1965 when they appeared on The Dean Martin Show. Apparently that got the attention of NBC, who hired the duo to begin to design characters and sets for different shows, and ultimately they created the Banana Splits, which ran 2 seasons on NBC starting in 1968. Sensing they could do more things, they worked up the character that would become H.R. Pufnstuf. It's really about a young boy who got lured into an alternate universe and couldn't find a way to get back. It was that show that made people wonder whether the Crofts were ingesting, smoking, shooting up, or rubbing something into their bodies. But the brothers insisted they never took drugs. Okay.
Really?
We'll take your word for it. Marty talked about it in a 2005 interview, said, quote, "That was our look. They were the colors. Everything we did had vivid colors, but there was no acid involved. That scared me. I'm no goody two-shoes, but you can't create this stuff stoned." If you say so, Marty. From there, they went on to create several quasi-superhero stories, mostly revolving around children being the heroes, working up shows like Sigmund and the Sea Monsters, Land of the Lost, Electro Woman and Dino Girl, and Wonder Bug from about 1970 to 1978. By the way, if you think you remember something called The World of Sid and Marty Krofft, well, you're right. You actually do. It opened up in Atlanta back in 1976 when they were approached about doing something of an indoor amusement park. But poor attendance caused it to close, and that building is now, well, sullied by being the headquarters of CNN. Syndication reruns kept the Krofft brothers top of mind for kids, and their colorful style prompted their hire and ability to design sets for several primetime variety shows like Donnie and Marie. Remember that? However, their popularity was never quite the same. In 2015, they did try to update things for Nickelodeon in a show called Mutt and Stuff, but that only lasted from 2015 to 2017. 2018, the brothers were honored with a Lifetime Achievement Award by the Daytime Emmys. In 2020, honored with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. In 2022, the first ever CroftCon was held in California. The brothers showed up, and they appeared along with many of the stars of their shows from back in the 1970s. And all the brothers were either created or were significant contributors to about 20 shows over the 1970s and 80s, mostly while almost as many TV specials or pilots were done by them as well. They created also 5 feature films. But things took a weird turn in early 2023. January, Sid sued Marty and the Krofft companies for over $500,000 that he said he was owed for selling out his side of the business.
Wow.
Marty died later that year in November due to kidney failure. Don't know whatever happened to that lawsuit. Sid was at a friend's home last Friday when he passed away. Word only going wide after the weekend. The cause of death not revealed, but Sid Krofft was 96 years old, so we could probably have a pretty good guess that he had a nice long life.
And let me tell you, that really was a kind of strange show.
Oh, most of their stuff was really strange.
Yeah. Tanya says this, love the Banana Splits theme of one of my early birthdays, Witchy Poo and the Magic Flute.
Exactly.
It really was. Wow. That's too bad later in life that here we are suing one another.
Yeah.
Brothers suing one another over that. But yeah, what a bizarre show it was.
Yep, but hey, they made their mark in the business, and you gotta be able to give them credit for that, if nothing else. I mean, you might think it was some of the weirdest stuff on the planet, but they made their mark in the business.
Yeah. Did you have a particular character, Brooks, you liked on that show?
HR Puffin stuff. I can remember watching that, and I never, it just seemed like normal stuff. But I remember that and loved that show.
It was bizarre. Yeah, the witch always kind of creeped me out a little bit. Witchy Poo.
Yeah, they actually talked about that because Witchy Poo appeared on a special from Paul Lynde that he did back in the mid-1970s. Funny thing is that Witchy Poo appeared. Sid and Marty Krofft didn't have anything to do with that particular special.
Is that right?
Yeah, of all the specials that they actually did have a part in, one of their characters appears in the special, but they didn't have any part in that show at all.
Gee. Yeah, good times. I don't know. Wow. I'm trying to think Saturday mornings. I can't really remember the lineup and where Puffin Stuff kind of fell into there. Because
wasn't it after Captain Kangaroo? Am I remembering that right?
If you can remember
that,
I mean, you're doing better than I am.
Because I remember that was my thing to watch those 2 shows. You remember Captain Kangaroo?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I love Captain Kangaroo.
Yeah.
And Captain Caveman.
Captain, yeah.
Captain Kangaroo.
And we had locally the Skipper Chuck show that, if it was your birthday, you could go be in the audience. You could, I don't know how you.
I think most cities have had something like that. Sergeant Jack.
Sergeant Jack,
yeah.
Cousin, it's Cousin Eddie, right?
Cousin Eddie and Sergeant Jack. I was actually on the
I was
Sergeant.
on the Sergeant Jack show.
I was too. As part of a birthday thing.
And we had a dog that heard my voice when they interviewed me and started barking at the television. Of course, I wasn't there. I was on the Sergeant Jack show. Yeah, and they sit there. Remember that? I don't know about you. I'm a lot older than you, Steve. They have a little bitty black and white TV, so we could watch the cartoons during the commercials.
Oh, they still had it there when I was there. Yeah.
Keep you
So-
guys entertained through
Yeah,
the
it
whole
was-
thing.
I want
man.
to say that was mid to late 70s when it was on that. So yeah, it was the same thing.
Yeah.
Little black and white TV.
Yep.
Okay, we're gonna do a cartoon now, and we all got to sit there and watch it. And we're all like, I can't barely
Can
see
barely
that.
see it. Anything to keep you occupied.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right? 'Cause
Keep
you-
them quiet.
Yeah. That's funny stuff.
Good stuff.
All right, 9:16. When we come back, I'm going to talk about a Coca-Cola release that is kind of centric to the state of Alabama. More on that in a minute. Talk 99.5. 921, Dixon and Vining and Brooks Burdett and Steve West and Phil Carter in the Traffic Center all together this morning. Richard back tomorrow. And thank you for being in with us this morning at Talk 99.5. And thanks for all the text messages. We don't mean to ignore you guys. We got a little carried away. And there was a couple of people correcting us about the shows here in Alabama.
Yeah, it's been a while, so pardon us. But Eddie was Country Boy Eddie.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Cousin was Cousin Cliff.
Yes.
And
Right.
then Sergeant Jack.
I think
Sergeant
I
Jack,
think we
yes.
kind of
Yeah.
we knew what we meant. It didn't come out right.
I mean, just read my mind. You'll know what I
Right.
mean, folks. But,
Don't
you know,
y'all know?
So y'all, don't
Yes.
you wish you had $1 for every time our listeners corrected us on something?
It's all good.
I'm
they want-
honoring them.
Right, they
I'm
just want the real
honoring them.
information out.
Well,
no
and
fake news.
they help us be real
Yes.
and not fake news.
Thank you
and,
for
and,
that.
And look,
Look at this, cousin Cliff.
Yeah.
I got about five of them.
Valerie, it takes the community to raise us, and
That's
we've
right.
never doubted that.
No.
We've never disagreed with that.
That's right.
Okay.
And in return, we do the very best that we can.
We do, and
On
with
a
our
daily
listeners,
basis.
with our listeners helping us
We
out,
couldn't
I
do it
think
without
we do
you
a
all.
dang good job.
Yeah, we
Just-
couldn't do it without y'all, and that's really the truth. So be at Jawbone Jam. Y'all get tickets and join us so we can be as one. So, fun times on a boat right now. I mean, just look out the window. It is absolutely beautiful. Can you imagine being out on Lake Logan Martin on a boat from Rodney's Marine? Yes.
Okay, let me fantasize a minute. I'm
Think
leaving.
about
I'm
it.
leaving the
What
studio.
do you mean you
I'm
got
leaving-
a
I'm
boat?
out
You
there.
got
that's
one of
that's why I'm
those
picturing
awesome
it. I'm
boats.
leaving the studio right now. and I'm
Yes.
and the water level's
Up? Is it up?
almost there. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and some folks, you can get on the water. It's not. There's a lot of areas that have enough, but it's almost to full. So it's gonna
Well,
be time.
I know. I talked to somebody the other day that knows Rodney and went on and on about how much they love Rodney. And we really do too. We thoroughly trust that Rodney always takes good care of our listeners. When it comes time to purchasing a boat, this is the man that you want to get your boat from. Why is that? Well, first of all, Rodney has pretty much built his entire life on being out on the lake and knowing everything that he knows about Starcraft and Silver Wave pontoons with Suzuki-powered engines. And he believes in the Suzuki engine for a lot of reasons. First of all, you get that 5 years of motor protection. You got to love that. These are very fuel-efficient engines, reliable. They will get up and get you across the lake quickly, and they're quiet. So there's a lot of reasons to love Suzuki. And again, put one of those engines on the back of a Starcraft or Silver Wave or Savannah Center console. You will have so much fun. And I've had the opportunity to be on Lake Logan Martin many times and absolutely love it out there. I have a feeling that, more and more time spent out there, man, oh man, you'll want a boat, folks. And whether it's Lake Logan Martin or maybe Smith Lake or Lake Martin, this is the place still you want to buy your boat because Rodney can get that boat delivered to where you are. It might be the driveway of your home on a trailer so that you can haul it around where you want to take it. That's what it's all about. Great service, wonderful people. Rodney's Marine. Get in touch with him today. Again, Highway 231 on Lake Logan Martin and Cropwell. 525-1500. Call him and talk about scheduling a time you could rent one of his boats because those boats are like brand new. It'll kind of give you an opportunity to, run around out there on the lake and see what you think of it. Rodney's Marine on Facebook, and their website is rodneysmarine.com. And like I said,
Valerie, you got to mention
Yeah.
their party boat. Y'all.
we saw that. We
Yes,
happened to be. I was out with Brooks on her boat, and I was like, "What's the name of the little place where the restaurant and the
Tiki Hut.
The Tiki Hut.
The
So
Tiki Hut.
we're pulling into the Tiki Hut out there on Lake Logan Martin, and I'm like, "What in the world is going on over there? All this music and dancing and." There's all these girls, and they're all loaded up on Rodney's party boat. And I guess it was like a bachelorette party or something.
We did figure out.
One of them had like a sachet with a crown
the
or
sachet
something.
gave it away. That was so good. They were having the best
And
time.
I was like, oh, if Rodney only knew what they were doing on his boat right now.
oh, he loved it.
Yeah,
He
it-
loved
it's a fun.
So
Rent the party
you
boat.
can rent the party boat,
Yeah.
and it's a lot of fun.
It's a double-decker party boat, and it has a slide on it, like a pool slide.
Right.
Only it slides, of course, right into the lake. And they were just having a blast on it.
It was great.
Yeah. So think about that. They do have the party boat anniversary, birthday, something like that come up just call Rodney and say, hey, we'd like to rent the party boat, and he'll tell you more about it.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of fun. Thanks again for the text messages. You guys are great. Still getting some ideas about how to get the smell out of my car. That new smell, that new car smell, I can kiss it goodbye.
Yeah, it's gone.
I mean, it's a 4-year-old car. I bought it in 22. And still, I don't have a lot of people
It just
riding
has
around
the
in
new.
it.
It just has
still
the
has
new
the new
food. The new
yeah.
food smell now.
Now it is a new food smell in the vehicle. I
That's
think it's
bad.
going to be gone. Again, the food was contained in styrofoam.
Yeah.
Saturday to Tuesday
Well,
morning.
I just hope because you were sick. Also,
Yeah, that's
that
the problem.
That may
And
that may
here's
make
the
it
thing.
tough when you get in the car.
I had to get the 2 containers of styrofoam food out, and I put it in the garbage can in the garage because I didn't have time to go back in the house. And it has a top. But at some point in time, I might have to get my son. Just go. I need you to get this out of here because
Yeah.
otherwise
You're
I'm
gonna hit
gonna barf again.
that.
and I did
smell's
enough
gonna-
of that
That
the
smell's
last
gonna follow you around.
Couple days. I don't need that. That's exactly what I was throwing up.
Yeah.
And
Ugh.
it's sitting in the back seat of my car.
Thank you for those details.
Sorry.
Valerie. Thank you.
Yeah, that's
thank
that's
you.
more than you all needed to know, and
Yep.
I get that. There's nothing worse. I mean, it's bad enough we got Skippy and John Boy talking about bowel movements
Yes.
and everything else, and here I am talking about the other.
Yeah.
We'll just move on from there.
Yep.
Speaking of that, I don't. We teased it. I might as well talk about it. Coca-Cola has released the America's 250 birthday specialty cans. This is going to be coming up this year, of course. And Alabama has a special can. I love this. They're doing it really for every state, so it's not just Alabama, but we can still feel special. In addition to the fun collectible cans, the Coca-Cola Company is launching public art projects and some community volunteer programs. Coke is a signature partner of the year-long nationwide celebration. So much fun. So, do you want to describe for everybody, Brooks, what our specialty Coca-Cola can
It's not
looks
like our
like?
U.S. quarter. was it?
Well, first let me say this: they didn't put so much on it. Doesn't look right.
Yeah, it's simplified.
I think we tease everybody and make them go look at the picture. It's got a football theme.
Yeah.
There's a shock.
Well, we are.
You know, was
What are we known for in this state?
Before I
College
saw
football.
this, I started thinking, what would you as a state can put on there? Vulcan is too much Birmingham centric.
Right.
You're trying to cover the entire state. What would it be?
should be football. I like
Football
it.
helmet?
Yep, maybe.
An AL on the side of the can?
Yeah,
I think it's simple, but I do like it.
yeah. I like it too.
Are we going to have the ability to buy cans from all over the country, or is it just
Oh no,
I
another
really don't know.
collection.
Alabama?
I
will
got
be
all
the can?
50 quarters.
All
when
I
we
know
did
is
that.
don't hang on to those cans for 40 years because, like the Bear
No, you
Bryant
better empty
bottles,
out
they
the
ain't going to
Coke.
be worth anything.
Yeah, empty out the Coke in it, by the way.
Well, I collected the 50 quarters. I may have to do the 50 Cokes.
9:36. It is Dixon and Vining at Talk 99.5. Appreciate you texting in this morning. Still a lot of suggestions on how to get the smell of the food out of the car. You guys are great. Scott says orange peels are supposed to absorb odor. Yes. And you brought up something, Brooks. I was like, yeah, that, you kind of forget that. We open up a box of baking soda and stick it in the fridge. Why wouldn't that work in the car, too?
Sure.
Might take a little while.
But, I mean, I think that might work. I've never done that before.
I haven't
kinda
either.
Hit me,
Uh-huh.
But I would just
Febreze was
I would
suggested.
be careful with any smells.
Yeah,
you just gotta
because
be careful. And the smell, you end up not liking it, and it lingers forever. So you got.
Well, I think if after work today, when I, tool out of here, I'll roll the windows down and maybe park the car in the garage and leave the windows down, and it might leave on its own. It's not like it spilled in the car. It was contained in styrofoam.
That may be,
but it
may
did
save you.
It had a few days just to, God, that smell this morning. You should have seen my face. I leaned into the car to, put a couple things down in the passenger seat. I was like, good heavens, what is that? And I thought, has my son been in the car? I start, immediately a thousand things are going through my brain.
Poor
It didn't
Aiden.
even dawn on me
fault.
Saturday night's
Aiden's
food
fault.
is
Poor
in the
guy.
back seat.
Oh man.
And then, you also get mad because you're like, oh, I could have had that for lunch today.
Yep.
If I had thought about, getting it out of the car and putting it in the refrigerator, which is where it needed to go, I'd have some, well, I don't want to eat that because I got sick on it. I don't.
Yeah, you might be done with that.
Yeah.
Hopefully not.
But I'm just
forever.
saying, in general, when people do that, you're like, well, that was wasteful. I went to all that effort to load the, leftover food from the restaurant, and I got it home, and then,
Well, I'm glad that I'm one of those people that likes leftovers because what we pay to go out and have a nice meal.
oh, it's a
It's great.
fortune.
It gets 2 meals out of it,
Yeah.
And so, or like Easter when you bought my breakfast, I got to eat that twice.
Mhm.
It was all good.
That was a big
That's-
breakfast.
Yeah, it was a big.
It was a
breakfast.
big
Big,
breakfast.
big breakfast. That was good.
It
But,
was good. Good food there.
Anyway, so Valerie, you're gonna have to give an update to the smell tomorrow.
Oh, I will.
You'll
I'll
have
let you
to.
know.
Yeah, I'll be listening.
I'll,
Is this going to be like an ongoing story?
I hope not. I
Yeah.
mean,
Oh,
tomorrow I did
really
this.
hope that
it's
this
over.
is-
We're
yeah,
good.
I'm hoping later that I get in the car. It's kind of like if you fast food, right? You go to McDonald's or something and you put your food in the car, and maybe you're eating some French fries and you get home and you take it out. The next day, when you come back to the car, sometimes there's that little bit of
Yeah.
lingering
Yeah.
fast food smell. Oh,
Right.
that's right. I had a bag of whatever. And then, in
goes
another
away.
24 hours, it's really gone. You don't really, and that's what I'm really praying for.
Yeah.
Yuck.
I know.
I still want to find out what that new car smell is. You
Yeah.
guys that are in the detailing, world, tell me what that spray is. I want to get some of that. I just need to get a hold of Craig. Craig
Yeah.
may not tell me.
I bet
Over
he
Birmingham
will.
Broker, he meant, that's a secret. We
Well,
can't tell you what that is.
he might tell you his trade secret. And trust you. He might trust you.
Because it's a pretty good smell. All right, this is a crazy story, y'all, but, not unfamiliar. We've, from time to time, run across these. A Florida woman, yes, she's from Florida, Crestview, Florida, is facing dozens of animal cruelty charges after deputies uncovered what investigators describe as severe and prolonged neglect at a property on Auburn Road. No, it's not in Alabama. This is Crestview, Florida. Her name is Karen Krall, 62 years old. She's charged with 22 counts of aggravated animal cruelty and 42 counts of animal cruelty, 64 charges in all. The investigation began when a trip to the Emerald Coast Crime Stoppers about conditions at a property operating as Aussie and Me. Oh, don't tell me these are mini Australian Shepherds. I'm going to be sick.
I
When
didn't think about
because
that.
I didn't see that
Yeah,
part of
yeah.
the story. When deputies gained access, they found approximately 70 dogs, 2 donkeys, and a pig without adequate food, water, and showing visible signs of neglect. Well, this woman doesn't really look right. If you see
No,
her
and that's what
booking,
I was saying. Maybe if this
she
was
got
a
booked in-
rescue early in the years, it was a good thing, and
Yeah,
then
and
she
something
she
went-
looks like she got a little something going on.
Yeah, something's
doesn't
going
she?
on there. On March 25th, deputies executed a search warrant with the help of the Panhandle Animal Welfare Society, more than 70 animals were removed from the property. Here's what they found. Animals infested with parasites, some having ingested foreign objects, including leashes and collars. Dogs suffering from heartworm disease, severe malnutrition and dehydration, untreated injuries, infections. Okay, I'm going to be sick if I go on and on.
Stop.
A donkey with painful hoof infections caused by prolonged exposure to unsanitary conditions. The vet determined the animals had endured severe and prolonged neglect, resulting in significant and unnecessary suffering. All animals have been removed from the property and are now receiving care. That's just sorry. This woman should. You're right, Brooks. I think something went terribly off the rails with this. That maybe there was good intentions and we started out that way. Maybe it was finances. Maybe it was her mental well-being. I don't really know, but thank goodness that somebody intervened, and hopefully they can save all of these animals, including the donkey and pig, which is just weird.
That's very weird.
Have you ever wanted one of those little mini donkeys? Have you ever seen one of those? They're
yes,
itty bitty.
Yes, they look like
big
dogs.
No bigger than a 30-pound dog.
Right, yeah.
I've got family members that think that now, because I moved in there, I've got a little more property, that there's room for that. And I was like, oh, no, there's no room for that. No room. We're not doing it. We're not doing mini pony.
Those miniature little horses. They're cute as they can be, but,
Well, it's like Karen's fascination. She is almost insistent upon getting a goat.
Oh.
Well, I've been told we actually should have two because they're social animals, and they eat everything.
Yeah, they do eat everything.
Like the siding of the house.
You don't.
To where I'm thinking, I don't want that.
No.
Why does she think she wants
unless you can pin it, unless you can put them in a.
I don't know. She just thinks it's cute, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's cute.
I mean, yeah, they're living lawnmowers and all that, but good grief.
But
they'll not only eat the grass, they'll eat everything else.
That's right.
Is there any kind of animal that you've ever wanted other than what we've just talked about? Like, I really would love that. Did you ever have a bird growing up?
I did. We had a parakeet.
My sister had a parakeet.
BB, and our good friends came over and opened the door, and BB left.
We had a canary, and our German Shepherd got the canary.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. Feathers and all.
That.
Oh, yeah.
I walked into the bedroom. I was like, oh, there's yellow feathers. I guess the bird got out, and then we couldn't find the bird, and it was realized that the shepherd had eaten the canary. They didn't go well together.
No, I bet they didn't go well together. Yeah. That was really bad. Did you ever have a hamster or a guinea pig? I never.
My brother had mice.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know why my parents allowed that. It stayed in the garage.
Okay.
It couldn't come in the house. I think that was my mother telling my dad.
Well, yeah.
Those aren't coming in the house. If they get loose, they're going to get loose in the garage, which was kind of detached from the house, which was, she's like, okay, they'll be safe in here, but they're not coming in the house.
Yeah, I did have a horse.
Did you really?
Yeah, and when I grew up in Bluff Park, and there was a place that boarded horses just walking distance from our house.
Where in Bluff Park was this?
It's up off of Farley Road and Farley Terrace up there. It's not there anymore. Now it's 3 or 4 houses. But yeah.
My mom, this was early on growing up in South Florida. She rode horses in her younger life, and we had some people that out like Kendall, which is west of Miami. It used to be farmland. Strawberries and all kinds of fields that they would grow things. And there was a farm out there that would keep a horse. Like if you had a horse, you could keep it there. And so we got this horse, and the name of the horse, and this kind of tells you everything. It was a huge horse. This horse was just, and it wasn't because I was a kid. My mom will tell you this was a very large horse. The horse was named Satan.
Oh.
And I was like, why did they name the horse Satan? And then when we went out to visit the horse, and the horse would take off with people on it that wasn't ready to be taken off, we didn't keep that horse very long.
No. Well, I mean, your red flag is his name is Satan.
Yeah, I was like,
who named
this horse Satan? And why do we have a horse named Satan?
Yeah.
We got to get rid of this
that's just not a good thing.
No.
Beelzebub.
It was bad. It was not trained. And a couple people almost lost their lives on Satan.
Yeah, well, of course they did.
Think of Saturday Night Live. All right,
well, you're the one that named it Satan. I mean, come on.
Yeah, it wasn't us.
What were you expecting?
Yeah, it wasn't us. It was whoever the previous.
Well, it doesn't matter.
owners were.
Whoever named it Satan. What were you expecting?
I think they were trying to prepare you for what was to come next.
Yeah,
it's
like naming the bull in a rodeo Widowmaker.
There's
Probably don't want to ride that one.
Up. 9:46. Back in a minute. 9:52. You're listening to Talk 99.5, talk995.com. Dixon and Vining with Richard back tomorrow. Thank you very much to you, Brooks, getting up early. It's never an easy thing to do and, not something you do typically every day. So thank you for getting up to be with me this morning.
Well, thank you so much for having me, and it still just amazes me. Our time just flies by. Val.
Yeah, it
Just
always
flies
does.
by.
Everybody says that. It's like, what, 4 hours
Where did it
went
go?
by just like,
Where did it go?
yeah, that's why, you have a 1 hour or 2 hour or even a 3 hour show. It's like, wow. I mean, 4 hours goes by pretty quick when,
It does.
trying to hit all
But
the topics.
You know how much I enjoy and love doing this, so thank you for the opportunity.
You're welcome. You're very welcome. Thank you. And again, thank you to April Marie. She filled in yesterday. I was under the weather, and she came in and always handles things very capably. And
Valerie,
and
we need to
Steve.
congrats Steve again.
I know.
think a lot
Steve
of our
win an
listens.
award, Abby
Yes,
man.
big award. I want to make sure.
Thank you
Way
very
to
much.
go.
I
That's-
appreciate it very
That's
much.
huge.
The Abbeys, that's the Alabama Broadcasters Association, a state deal, but he does such a great job, he and Matt, with the podcast that they do. He really deserves the award, and I was so happy for him and glad to see that they got all dressed up, looked very nice,
That's just
all dapper in
wonderful.
his suit, and went out to the club,
Ooh,
which is where it's
yeah.
held. You get this
Yeah.
wonderful dinner and this very cool trophy. You haven't had to give up the trophy yet, have you, Steve?
Yeah, I gave it up to James yesterday.
Did you? I would have hid that thing.
Well, Steve, congratulations.
Yeah.
That's
Thank you very
huge.
much.
And
Well,
you,
I mean, it belongs on the trophy room. I get to go and
and
look at it from
and
time
go,
to
that's
time.
Well,
that's my
that's
award
great.
right there. I got that.
don't you love
Well,
that?
if I ever get fired, I'm going to demand it.
Well, you should. And hey, I'll make that happen as your attorney.
What?
You know,
I
Get him
appreciate that.
fired or get the trophy?
get him the trophy.
Oh,
Yeah, I was about to say, please don't get me fired.
No, we're not gonna get you fired. We're gonna keep you around. We'll keep you around.
That's the promise. Well, welcome to radio.
Unless Talladega steals him from us or something, makes him do the tour.
Yeah, good
Got
luck with that.
Got a couple more texts. This one's from Katie. She said, "My goat never ate my house. He did throw my pillows out of the porch swing so he could lay in it, and his favorite were grapes and Dr. Pepper. He was a sweet boy." Well, that's good that he
Aw.
didn't chew the pillow because they're known
Yeah,
to
she
they're
had a-
they're known to swallow and eat anything.
If Karen's listening, Steve's in trouble.
Yeah. Well-
Wait until you read the other two about why I'm not and keep telling Karen no.
Okay, lay it on me.
All right, so let's see.
Here it comes.
Kevin says goats will also get on top of your car and in your house if they can find a way in. They always look for higher ground.
Okay.
Dr. Reverend Delmar said that they also escape regularly, climb on cars, and generally are unpleasant animals.
Oh.
Mm.
So I guess it just kind of depends on your own particular experiences.
That's right. Interesting.
Mm.
Okay. Well, all righty.
I don't think a goat. I don't think a goat. I don't think a monkey. Monkeys, like spider monkeys are kind of nasty.
My aunt had a monkey, and it was the sweetest thing, unless it got mad at you. Then it would,
And then what would it
it
do?
would jump on your head and pull your hair.
Really?
Yep, it was a little bee monkey, and it would sit up there and start
would pull
pulling-
your
It
hair.
would pull your hair and say,
It wasn't like digging looking for
No,
bugs.
he
You know how
would-
they do
he'd
that
get
with
f-
other
no,
monkeys?
he'd get frustrated and pull your hair. But he was fun. Oh, he was fun. Very tame.
Mm.
We had his little diaper.
We had a rabbit one time. I think it must have been an Easter dealio. And my dad built this huge, long cage for it, kind of outside. And that thing grew and grew and grew and grew. It was a huge rabbit by the time. And then we were like, we need to find a home for this rabbit.
Yeah.
It's out. This isn't fair. It's outgrowing this cage that it's in. It doesn't need to be caged probably, but we didn't have any yard for it to.
What was your
you know.
rabbit's name?
I don't remember. It wasn't mine. It was my brother's.
Okay. He got all the animals.
He
sounds
did.
like.
I
He
don't
got
know why
the-
that was.
He got the mice, the rat.
Yeah. The canary.
Yeah.
Karen has often told me about when she was a kid, she had a rabbit. She named it Killer.
Killer.
Hmm.
Sheesh.
Wonder-
Just saying.
Yep.
Turtles.
Just
I think we had turtles at one time. The little small
Yeah,
ones. The
yeah.
little ones.
Right.
You get that little container where
Yeah.
where they can move around in it. You change the water out in the little rock or crawl up on
Yeah.
the rock. And then later in life, I started getting into African cichlid fish, and so I started out with a little 10-gallon tank, and then it went to like a 25-gallon tank, and before I knew it, I had a 55-gallon tank, and I had babies, and I was like, what have I turned into, a fish shop?
That's right.
Because they were everywhere. They were just multiplying, and I was like, oh, gosh, what have I gotten myself into? I was like, this is, wait, what's going on here?
And why, when a fish dies, do we flush it?
I don't know.
I mean, why don't we?
What do you
bury
want to
it?
do with it?
Well, you should
But
bury
it stinks. It would stink. It's probably better to flush it.
Well, you just
Take it to
have-
family pet cremation.
Yeah, you could do
Well, I
that.
guess you could do
That's a
that,
very
too.
good idea,
Well, they
Steve.
didn't have
Nice
that.
plug. Way to
Yeah,
go.
Way to go. Good
Huh?
job.
That's
job.
See
why
how I
you
work
get the
these things in.
awards.
I mean, you know,
Yeah.
it's-
That's why he
It's a
gets. That's
talent.
right. That's why he's got a trophy. Somewhere.
Yeah. All right, are we ready to do this?
sure.
Let's do the question of the day.
Dixon and Vining's question of the day.
All right, I don't know that Brooks has heard this yet.
No, you.
What,
I have no time to think about it.
That's probably, you'll give a good answer when you
Okay.
don't have time to think about it. The
Okay.
question is this: what is one skill you've always wanted to learn? What is one skill you've always wanted to learn? It's not a right or she's looking at me like
No,
I
I
got to
got-
answer this correctly. There's no right or wrong answer. We'll start with Steve. Steve, what you
Piloting
got?
an airplane.
Piloting an airplane. That is a
Ooh.
good one.
That's a very good one.
I can't afford the training. I work in radio. What do you want?
I wonder, I'm sure we have some pilots listening to us. I've never really thought about how hard it would it be to learn. We used to have an employee here that her dad had a small plane, and she's passed away, but her dad taught her how to fly, a little
Nice.
Cessna that they had. And I was like, well, she can do it. I could do that.
Sure. I think
I don't think it
the
takes
taking off and the landing's kind of the hardest part. I don't think the flying's the problem. It's
Yeah.
the taking off and the landing.
I would think the
You've been
landing.
watching Indiana Jones
the-
too much, haven't you?
The landing, I would think, is more difficult.
Can you fly a
than
plane?
the taking
Fly,
off.
yes. Land, no.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I think we all should learn, just in case, right?
Yeah, just in case.
case you're in that big jet.
Hey, I've always said this car I own now will be probably the last one that doesn't fly. So.
All right, Brooks, have you got something?
Yeah,
What do you got?
play the guitar.
Play the guitar.
Play the guitar.
Yep. Mine was
Valerie?
I've finally bought one, and it's a cheapie, but I still don't know how to play it. I've tried the saxophone.
Really?
Yeah, I can't. I've got to get some
wait
lessons.
till the next time I come to your house. We're gonna play the
Do you know how to
saxophone.
play it?
Well, no.
Oh,
If you will learn
But
to
come on
you
over.
gotta teach me.
no.
I mean,
I'll watch you
I'm
do
nearly
it.
passed out trying to
Yeah.
play that thing. I
gotta-
was like, I'm doing something wrong
Gotta
here.
build those
Never
lungs
mind.
up, girl.
Maybe we'll just pass on this. Here are some of your answers to be an adult. I'm actually doing it now to play the drums. Let me back up. I'm actually doing it now, repairing antique and cuckoo clocks. Well, that's interesting,
Ooh,
Johnny.
That is. That's interesting.
To play
I
the
might,
drums.
I might have a clock for you if you get good enough at it.
Hey, woodworking, play guitar, play the harmonica, play the cello. Y'all have a great day.